together.
Yeah.
Next poem is called I Want You. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this poem and the next poem. I'm going to read them in tandem. So this one is called I Want You.
This is I want you.
Yep. This is I Want You.
There we go.
I want you. And not just in a sexual way. I want you to look at me forever. I want you to never stop smiling so I can get lost in the depths of your dimples. I want you to talk to me till the end of time. I want you to play your music and it wash over me in an endless ebb and flow of euphoria. I want you in my arms, head on my chest, ear to my heart, so you can hear the effect you have on me. I want you to look into my eyes so that you may see that when it comes to you, my soul has no windows or doors. I want you to put your fingers betwixt mine as if they found the place they were destined to be. I want your silky lips to meet mine in a boundless waltz of elation. I want you to be part of my soul. I want you to want me.
So the illustration for this poem is this two snakes, and we kept the entire book classic black and white. This was a little bit inspired by Silverstein and how they wrote their poetry books. Just nice and clean, and it allows you to focus on the words and the pictures and the meaning behind it, or how you interpret it anyways. So my idea behind this drawing and what the poem meant to me was kind of almost what I was just saying previously about like almost melding into one person and wanting to be the balance for each other. And so it was very yin and yang to me. And so the snakes they do have their third eye, and in all honesty, I don't remember. I think I definitely had a point behind the third eye. What it is, I don't know. What it is, I don't know. That's part of the art, though. Is I feel like sometimes it's nice to create it, and then you like forget, and now you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you just release.
A little
Sometimes
bit,
you just
yeah.
have to get it out.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, for the most part, it was yin and yang, and being the balance of two, while almost. You ever see Steven Universe? You ever watch that show?
Oh, I love Steven
and
Universe.
the fusions. It was almost like you're becoming like a gem fusion a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Take your time. Sorry. I'll talk about these poems together. Here in a second. I'm gonna read this one first, and then I'll talk about both of them together. This poem is called "That Being Said." That being said, I have 14 years of pent-up passion accrued, and I'm going to spend every ounce of it on you. I want to kiss every inch of your body, from your lips to your hips. My hand firmly placed on the back of your neck, drawing you into me. Soft, supple lips pressed into mine, allowing me to drink you in. I'm an explorer, and I want to discover all the hidden secrets of your physique. Your jawline reveals a passageway of pleasure that my mouth eagerly walks down, making stops at your earlobe, your neck, your clavicle, your breast, your nipples. As each arousal-filled breath gets more and more rapid, I hear your ardor start to rise. The lower I get, the higher the knob goes on your stereo. Your instrument crescendos, and I enjoy the climax of your song.
So the drawing for this one is this. A girl trapped in a little bottle. So I feel like it's kind of obvious right off the bat. It's very Alice in Wonderland inspired, and that's almost where this poem takes me. Like, you kind of, you know, you have the eat me or drink me, and the option is kind of obvious, and I don't know, just want like almost just like you said, like you want them, you want to be able to like drink them in, you know, and so that's where that came from me, and all of her flaws. She's got long hair. She's got the cellulite on her leg. She's thick, and you just want to, you know, drink her up in all her glory. So that's what I was. And then how you said you wanted to be an explorer a little bit. It's kind of like you are falling down this rabbit hole in a sense. So
Yes.
yeah.
So I mentioned earlier that I wrote a poem, and that poem basically led to like the rest of the poems, like me creating a collection of poems. So that first poem, I Want You, it's about someone specific. And at the time period, I was thinking I was going down another path. And I didn't think, you know, me and this person was going to like be together or anything. I thought I was going to be walking a different path, but I had a lot of feelings for her, and I was bottling them up. I was kind of like, you know, I was just like, okay, I know that this is not going to go there, but I, you know, they were bubbling over so much that I just had to get them out. That first poem came about I Want You. And then, like I said, my brain had a thought. It was like, hey, remember you had that thought like a while back? Well, that poem you just wrote could be like they could kind of be like a
puzzle pieces.
Yeah,
they
like
fit together.
Sister poems.
Yeah.
So that second poem is not necessarily about the person who's in the first poem. It could be, you know, looked at as that as well. But it was, I think that they are good sister pieces. You know, one poem is basically saying, I don't want you just sexually. I want you to, you know, I want you to be a part of me. I want you to be more than just, you know, the physical. I want all you. And then the second poem is like, well, hey, but I am.
That being said,
you
fine.
You fine. No. So yeah. So these are actually the two poems that kicked off the whole of this.
Cool.
Yeah, I always thought that they were sister pieces, and that's kind of when we grouped them together. And yeah.
I think I didn't find that out until after the illustrations were done. The poems were typed up, the illustrations were done, and then we were working on the layout. And I think I originally laid those poems out differently. I had them like far apart in the book.
Yeah.
And he mentioned, he's like, oh no, they go together. Like, I want you. But that being said.
Yeah.
And I was like, why did I not get that? I feel like I should have understood that. So I think it worked out not knowing that prior.
Yeah.
Because the illustrations are so massively different.
Yeah.
So I think that, you know, that kind of goes to show how the poems can. It's almost like a part 3 series paintings, like Monet's Lilies. They're meant to be digested together, but also individually at the same time. And so I think that had I known that they went together, it might have heavily influenced the way the illustrations came out. I might have felt like I had to hold on to that. And I don't think that would be a bad thing. I almost wish that, you know, it would be interesting to see, like, if I would have known that, what I would have come up with. But then we wouldn't have these drawings either.
I mean, I think it works because there are two different types of like, you know, one is really like, okay, you know, I want, you know, you're talking on like on a spiritual level. You're talking on like
It's
me.
deeper.
He's talking like
for a friend. I'm
yeah,
asking
yeah,
for a
yeah,
friend.
yeah, yeah. Like one's talking about on the spiritual level. One's talking, like, you know, the one of the lines is like, I want you in my soul. I want you to see who I am. And how you affect me. And then another one is like, but that 14 years of passion though. We about to spend that on you. So I think they are, almost like this two sides of the same coin, but like every coin doesn't have, not both sides has heads and not both sides actually, looks the same. So I think it works.